Good morning and welcome to BOTB HQ right here in Parsons Green, South West London. My name is Christian Williams, a presenter here at BOTB, where we're here this morning to judge the latest midweek car competition, which ran from the 25th of June to the 1st of July 2020. And just before I hand over to Rebecca, once again, huge congratulations to last week's midweek car competition winner, Andrew Ems, winning that fantastic VW Up GTI, plus £10,000 in cash. I'm now going to pass over to Rebecca Craigie from Onside Law, who will oversee the proceedings this morning.
My name's Rebecca Craigie from Onside Law, and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditors, Wilkins Kennedy. I would now like to introduce today's judges. First up, it's Alain Goma.
Good morning, my name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional footballer, having played for Paris Saint-Germain, Newcastle and Fulham.
Thanks, Alan. If you could now use the secure link provided and mark on the screen where you think the centre of the ball should be. And then we'll come back to you at the end for you to justify your pick and come to a final panel decision. Next up, it's Peter Giorgio.
Good morning, my name's Peter Giorgio. I am a futsal and football referee.
Next up, it's Hugh Gilroy.
Good morning, my name is Hugh Gilroy. I'm an active referee, mentor, tutor and observer.
Next up, it's Leo Donnellan.
My name is Leo Donnellan. I'm an ex-professional football player, having been with Chelsea, Fulham and Leyton Orient.
Next up, it's Andy Braithwaite.
Thanks, Rebecca. My name's Andy Braithwaite. I'm a football referee, mentor and licensed observer.
Next up, it's Ari Mendonca.
Hi, my name is Ari Mendonca. I've been involved with football for over 30 years, firstly as a player and then as a referee.
Okay, Alan, please can you now justify your position?
Yeah, thank you, Rebecca. So my cross is the red one, so it's the lowest from all of us. So yeah, we got three players in the shot. So the first one on plan in black with a black shirt, didn't give me much information. The second player in black, I think is quite passive. I think he's more looking at the player in red heading the ball. And so yeah, the player in red I think is going to head the ball. The ball is coming, I think, from the right hand side. So he's leaning back. He's leaning slightly on the right hand side. It looks like he's stretching his neck, and I think the ball is coming with pace, from the right hand side. Why? Because I think if he was coming slowly, he would have the time to move on his leg and face the ball to hit it properly. But as you can see, he's kind of readjusting his upper body. So which is telling me the ball is coming with pace. I used mainly his left eye, which is looking, slightly above horizontal. And I used also the eye line of the second player in black, who is looking, who is lower and is looking higher. And where these two meet, this is where I put my cross.
Thank you. Peter, can you please now justify your position?
Yes, we agree with Alain with the three players in shot, and the player in red looks like the favourite for the ball. I think the player in the forefront, in the black and white player, he's influencing it, but his view is looking on, like Alan said, but I still think he's influencing the actual play itself. The guy in the background, the player, looking again a bit further away, looking into play, looking up. But I've got my centre of the ball, which is the green cross, closer to the red player's head. So I think he's just about to head the ball, and the angle I've got slightly steeper than Alan's. and that's where I put the centre of the ball, which is my green cross.
Thank you. Hugh, can you please now justify your position?
Thanks, Rebecca. Mine is the blue cross. For me, there's 3 players in shot, but took majority from the player in red, who I think's jumping up to meet it with his head or flicking it on. Felt from his eyes he's looking up relatively steeply, but also I think it was close to him. I agree with what the guys have said. The player in black and white is just looking over his shoulder, so it took a little bit from him, but it's obviously in the foreground, so that's just a general direction. But where those two are meeting, that's where I've placed it on the blue cross.
Thank you. Leo, can you please now justify your position?
Hi, Rebecca. Yeah, there's 3 players in shot. The player in front in black, I think he's looking behind him, and I think he's looking up at the ball. The other 2 players, the player in red, I think the ball, like Alain said, I think the ball's coming in fairly quickly, and he's had to adjust his body position to get to the ball. I think he's leaning, obviously, over into sort of where the other player in black is. And so he sort of had to adjust his position to get to the ball because the ball's coming in fairly quickly. And I think he's just going to get his head to this at a strange angle because he's leaning into it. So if you look at his eye line and the other player's eye line, that's why I put my cross where I did.
Thank you. Andy, can you please now justify your position?
Thanks, Rebecca. I'm the grey cross, the highest of the group of 6. I just felt that the guy in red is obviously swooping to head the ball. His body language, his arm out. I thought that the line of the ball is fairly straightforward. In comparison to the cluster of 3 that are quite near to him, I thought I'm just above that group. In fact, not that very far away from him. I've taken quite a bit from the guy in black and white to the right of the picture. He looks like he's looking quite steep. I know that he's sort of slightly away from the picture set, unless he's sort of fallen away. But it looks to me like he's looking quite steep. That's why I've just put a little bit more height on my ball, at the centre of my ball than my colleagues. That's why I've placed my cross there.
Thank you. Ari, can you please now justify your position?
Hi, Rebecca. So my cross is the purple one over there. Well, we have 3 players in the shot over here. All of them looking with in different angles, different perspectives, looking at the ball. I felt that the player on the right side is the one who has the perfect view for this one, but unfortunately, I think he lost the momentum to jump to challenge for this one. The player favorite is the player in red. I agree with Alain when he says that the ball is coming at a pace. Due to his body language, he feels that he's not completely uncomfortable with the way he's going to approach the ball. Player on the left, one side, the black and white jersey is difficult to say if he's looking at the ball or at the player in red. When I cross both eye lines from these 2 players, I place my center of the ball where it is.
Thanks, judges. Alan, as the main judge, could you now come to a panel decision with the other 5 judges? For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 6 individual selections.
We got quite a large spread today. I suggest we start, drawing a few lines. Maybe from the left red player first. And I suggest we do both eyes. Right, and play in the background. Okay, So I personally thought that, the player in red, basically I took the information from the left eye because, even with the magnifier, I couldn't really see, the black of the eye. So, and this eye for me was closer to the ball. So it was the eye directing, where he was looking at. So that's why maybe I'm, lower than everyone. I think we all agree he's going to head the ball, and but as you can see, there's quite a wide spread. So Andy, you were opposite to me. Yeah, you thought probably you. So yeah, can you tell me about your thoughts?
Thanks, Alan. As I said, I feel that he is looking steep. Unfortunately, I can't see him looking as low as your red cross. I've taken, as I said, a bit from the guy in red, mainly because he's the one that's going to head the ball or set it, whatever. But again, I took quite a bit from the guy to the right of the picture in black. As I said, I feel that he's looking extremely, extremely steep. And again, that's why I placed my grey cross there, possibly slightly higher than my colleagues in that group, but definitely, in my opinion, along that line.
Yeah. Okay. Who's that? Hugh. I think you are, a bit also on the higher side. So similar to Andy, I guess you took the information from the right eye.
Yeah, I didn't take anything personally from the left eye. I took it from the right, but also from his kind of head tilt, because I think it's tilted back for him to meet it with his head, which I think it would need to be above him,
right,
looking upwards to head the ball, his forehead from where he is. But yeah, I took it from his right eye too.
Okay. Few of us thought the ball was coming at pace from the right hand side. Harry, you were one of them. Do you think the ball would be that high if he was coming from at high pace? I mean,
not as much. That's why we have three crosses, like the orange, the green, and in my one, which create a pattern. I think it's the trajectory where the ball should be coming from. I wouldn't agree. Even the red one, I think it's too low.
Yeah.
And the one above from Andy, I think is a bit too high as well. I think if we would disregard your crosses, the average would stay more or less the same where it is. So I think we shouldn't take anyone on this case.
Okay. The thing is, when you look at it, we've got, three crosses aligned, as you mentioned, Ari, and we've got, mine, which is lower than everyone, and Andy's, which is higher to anyone. So what I suggest is we remove Andy and myself and see, the average is going slightly higher. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Leo, with the average, being, where it is now?
Yeah, it's obviously very plausible, Elaine. I think the thing about how the player in red is jumping, I think he's just jumped. He's leaning. He's trying to adjust his shape and get his head to the ball, because the ball is imminent. It's very close to him. Mm. So where the average is. With yourself taken out, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay, if we put Andy back, I think he goes slightly higher.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Peter, you are slightly lower than that. What do you think about that?
I think I'd agree that your one is slightly low. The only reason why I think that is the angle of his head, actually heading the ball, and the same with Andy's. It's just the angle of his head in heading the ball. So that's why I think Leo's, myself, and Aries is on the right area. for the angle. Again, the pace of the ball, it could be in any of those positions. And Hughes is at the same angle as Andy's.
Yeah.
So would you take out Hughes as well in that case if you're taking out Andy's because he's at the same projection?
And then
if you, for example, just try to take the in this case was Alain and Andy, I think you will stay at the same. It's exactly that.
No, the thing is, I'm happy, to come out. I think most of us, you are, way higher than myself, and I will stick to the majority. Now the question is, Andy, if we keep, I think we've got 3 crosses on the same line, and we've got now Andy quite higher, and Hugh. I think them two, Andy and Hugh, being on the same line. I think if we remove one, we might as well remove 2.
I think so as well. Yeah.
This line we're talking about.
Or you keep them both in.
Exactly. Yeah.
Either or.
Yeah. So if we remove both of them, so we are in line with these 3 crosses.
Yeah.
And if we take them in,
even just to try to include you again, Alain, just to have a look of the average. Yeah, he's going to stay exactly at the same position without you and Andy.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, the 2 crosses at the top compensates, mine.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So I think personally, mine is plausible, and I would think most of you disagree. But I would be happy, as I mentioned before, to come out. But on another token, if I come out, also Andy and Hugh might come out.
It would make a difference in terms of the average because he's going to stay basically at the same spot. I think.
Yeah. So we might as well keep everyone, and
I think so,
and judge the average.
The only thing I was going to say is I think from looking at his right eye and how he's going to play it, I think the line I'm on is accurate because I wouldn't have put it there, but I don't think Andy's is implausible because you're only talking a slight height difference to even Leo Piers and Aries. It's very small distance when it's in the foreground. All about yours is if he is jumping up to head it, like we've all said, it'd be unusual for it to be lower than his head because he's not stooping to play it, he's jumping to meet it. So I personally don't think you necessarily have to take you and Andy out. I think if we don't think yours is feasible on his movement, we could take just that one personally.
Yeah, no, I see. I got your point. The thing is, this is based on on his right hand eye. If you look at his left and eye, I think he's looking flatter. So hence, why I was lower. And as I said, I think the ball is coming at a strong pace, and therefore that's why it's coming flatter. So that's why I went down there. But the question is, if I remove myself, we go slightly higher. So, and in a way, we are in the middle of the cluster here. So the 3 on this line, are you happy to go slightly higher?
To be honest, the way it is, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
See, Elaine, for me, I think you should come out. I do.
Okay.
I just think, all the other judges think it's higher.
Okay.
So I personally think you should come out.
Okay, I'm happy with that. But do we think Andy is it looking that steep? The playing reds.
I think so.
Yeah.
I personally think from the right eye, if you look at it, you can see a lot of the white of it.
Okay.
And his head for me is tilted up at that angle.
Okay. Yeah, now I see it. Okay. So in this case, as I say, the white cross is right in the middle of the cluster here. So I suggest we go then, with the average, without me being in the picture. Is everyone happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Rebecca, we're done.
Thanks, Alan. If you could now hit submit. The coordinates selected are 1447 and 1162. These coordinates will now be passed to Wilkins Kennedy to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.